As I posted not too long ago on YouTube, it is very important to know how to handle, how to treat, how to approach chords on the keyboard, because it is one thing to know the chords and to know how to play them, but how do you handle them? How do you, once you know them, how do you use them on the keyboard? And the video that I posted in this regard was about C dominant seventh chord and what can we do with it. And if you watch my videos on the subject, I will post more videos about this particular subject, and together we will tackle various other chords. But now I am concentrating on the dominant seventh chord because it is such an important chord in music due to its unstable states. You know, the dominant seventh chord always has the tendency to resolve on another chord. It is unstable. The subdominant is also unstable, but less unstable than the dominant seventh chord. Yeah, you got there's a difference between the subdominant and the dominant in the major scale. The dominant is more unstable. The subdominant has the tendency to keep moving, keep moving. That this is why when you practice chords, it is good to use to move from the root to the subdominant. Okay, just like if you are in the F major, for example, a C major. If you're in the C major, you play C major 7, the one chord, okay, and then you move to the subdominant, which is F, okay. I don't know why I keep touching that black note. Okay, so that's the point. When you practice chord, try to use try to use the circle of fifth. Okay, and then it's just as you know, the circle of fifth and fourth is it's just like a clock. When you move clockwise, you playing in intervals of perfect fifth. Okay, 7 half steps. And when you move counterclockwise, you're playing in intervals of fourths, which is I believe 5 half steps. So since I tackled the C dominant seventh last time, let me see what I can do with F dominant seventh today. Here's the F dominant. Here's F dominant seventh. That's the F dominant 7th chord, starting on the root of the chord. And if I play the first inversion, I will start on the 3rd, which is A, then I play the 5th, which is C, then I play the flat 7, which is E flat, then I play the root at the end, which is the F. That's the first inversion of the F dominant 7th chord. It depends on you, it depends on the makeup, on the nature of the specific music you're playing. You can use either voicing to play this chord. Okay. Okay, you can even play the second inversion, starting on the 5th of the chord. So if you have a chord, if you play on the keyboard, if you play if you play F dominant 7 chord, and you want to improvise over it with your right hand, what you gonna do? How you going to do that? What musical concepts you going to use to do that? Well, let's see. I have the F major 7. It's a F. The root is F. So most we may be thinking about the F major scale, which is the F Ionian mode. Alright? Okay, because we're playing F dominant 7. Okay, but if we play the F major scale, we're going to see if all the notes of the major scale, of the F major scale, match the notes in the F dominant 7th chord. Because as I can see in the F dominant 7th chord, I have F, okay, that's good. I have A, that's fine. I have C, that's fine. All those chords are in the, all those notes are included in the F major scale. Then I play E flat. Okay, when I look at the F major scale, there's no E flat in it. Okay, because the F major scale is F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. There's no E flat in the F major scale. If you play the major scale and then you play E flat, you're not playing the F major scale. You playing like, because now you're playing you lower. You know, when you do that, if you play the F major scale, and then you play E flat instead of the normal E, which is the rule of major scale, then you break the rule. You break the rule of intervals in the scale. So now, but it's still a good scale. The only thing is, it's not F major scale, because now it is not diatonic to the F major scale, because it doesn't belong to the major scale, because you broke the rule. You play E flat instead of E. Okay, but and when you play the flat 7th, because this is the 7th note of the scale, every time you play the flat 7th in a major scale, you're playing dominant seventh scale of the particular scale of the particular scale you're using. Okay, so F major. Now when you play the F major, you play the E flat, you're playing the F dominant, F dominant 7 scale. You can call it that way. Or you're playing F Mixolydian mode. Okay? When you play in Mixolydian mode, that means you think about flat 7th. Anytime you say Mixolydian, you should think about the flat 7th note in the major scale. Okay? Now, the Mixolydian mode, in the major scale is built on the 5th note of the major scale, of the scale. In this case, so you can see that the F Mixolydian mode does not belong to the F major scale. It belongs to another scale. Okay? That's the 5th degree in another scale. How do you find that scale that the C Mixolydian mode belongs to? It's by counting 7 half steps below the root of the dominant 7th chord or scale, in this case F. So from F we're going to count 7 half steps down, and then the note we're going to end up on is going to be the major scale that the F Mixolydian mode or chords belong to. Let's try that. This is the F. Remember when you're counting, when half step on the keyboard is when you play one note and then you play the very next note, you know, close to the note you're playing, the note closest to the note you're playing, up or down. Okay, you don't skip any note. Okay, when you play half steps, when you play half steps on the keyboard, you don't skip any note. You play the very next note. Now, if you skip, that's another story. So now from the F, we want to know what major scale that the F Mixolydian mode belongs to. So from F we count. Okay, this is F. So go to E. That's 1 half step. Okay, 1, and then we go to E flat and so on. Okay, let's start over. All right, from this is the F. This is from go to E. That's our first half step. And when we go to E flat, that's our second half step. We go to D, that's our third half step. We go to D flat, that's our fourth half steps. Okay, and then we go to D, to C, that's our fifth half step. And then we go to B, that's our sixth half step, and B flat, that's our 7 half steps. So having 7 half steps down from F, we ended up playing B flat. So F Mixolydian mode, okay, belongs to B flat major scale. So F is the fifth note in the key of B flat major scale, and then if you play the B flat major scale starting on F all the way to F, you play the Mixolydian mode in the key of B flat. You see? So when you gotta be careful. The diatonic chords in the key of F major, one chord on each note in the scale F major. You're gonna play four notes chord. Okay, so here we go. That's G minor 7. A minor 7. That's B flat major 7. And then that's gonna be C dominant 7. It's gonna be D minor 7. Oh, D minor 7. And then we're gonna play B. We're gonna play E minor 7 flat 5. And back to major 7 chord. Back to F major 7 chord. So as you can see on every note in the scale, in the major scale, you can play a chord, but all those chords are diatonic to the F major scale, which means they belong to the scale, to the specific scale. Alright, so now if you want to see, as you can see, if you want to improvise over the F minor 7, A minor 7th flat 5 arpeggio played over F major, F dominant 7th chord. Okay. Now you can try to play. Now instead of playing instead of playing the arpeggio, you can play the chord F minor. No, A minor 7 flat. A minor 7 flat 5 and F dominant 7 played together to see how they sound. Pretty good. Or you can play the arpeggio. Okay, that's one way you can approach the F dominant 7th chord, is by playing a minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio starting on the third of the F dominant 7 chord, which is A. Okay, so you know a minor 7 flat 5 chord is built with on two minor thirds and a major third. Okay, minor third, major third. That gives you a minor 7 flat 5 chord. Okay, That's what we did with A minor 7 flat 5 chord. Okay, another way you can approach that F dominant 7th, the F dominant 7th chord, is to play the is to play the F Mixolydian mode in the key of B flat. Okay, this is the F Mixolydian mode. Okay, now you can choose notes from this mode, from the Mixolydian mode to improvise over the F dominant 7 chord. Okay. All right. Okay, that's the F Mixolydian mode. Or you can just play the whole scale to which the F Mixolydian mode belongs, which is the B flat major scale. Or you can go ahead and try to play some diatonic chords, in the key of B flat major over the F dominant 7th chord to see how they sound. Okay, like I don't think the one chord is gonna I don't think B flat major chord is gonna sound good, but we can try that. Let's see, B flat. All right. Okay. Well, that's I don't really like that combination. But what if we play the okay, this is B flat. What if we play the Dorian chord in the key of B flat, which is C minor. Let's see how they sound. Yeah. Okay, those two sound better. Okay. That's C minor in the key of B flat over F dominant 7th. Okay. Because you remember the C dominant 7th, the F dominant 7th chord here belongs to the key of B flat. Okay, so I'm trying to play some diatonic chords from the key of B flat to see and match them with play them together with the F dominant 7 chord to see if they sound good. I know the first chord did not sound too good, but the second one, which is C minor, sounds pretty good. What about the Phrygian chord in the key of B flat, which is D minor? Well, not too well. It depends on the context, though. Okay, what about the Lydian chord, which is E flat in the key of B flat? Let me see how it sounds with F dominant 7 chord. Okay, you can, it's trial and error. So that's one way you can find, that's one of the ways that you can try to improvise over the F dominant seventh chord here. Or you can also play the the extension of the F major, the extensions of the F dominant seventh chord, like 9. This is 9. Okay, and you can try to play 9 and the root together to give. You can try to play the 9 and the root together just to make the sound kind of interesting, using major second, something like that. Okay, or you can play the 11th, which is B flat. You can combine 11 and 9 and 1. Okay. Or you can play the 6. The 6 the extension 6, which is D. Okay, you can combine D with 9 with 11. You can combine 9, 6 and 11. Okay, stuff like that. You can play single notes, you can play chord, you can play intervals, major second, major third, whatever you need to do. Okay, but in this case we're using extensions. Okay, of the extension to the F dominant seventh chord. 9, 6, 6, 9, 11. Okay, 6, 9, 11. Okay, that's one. That's one way. Okay, you can try to improvise over dominant seventh chord using extension. And also you can try, because since you can try to use the blues scale, because in the blues you find mostly dominant seventh chords anyway. So why not try to play the blues? Why not try to find some notes in the blues scales to improvise? You can combine, you can use all those tools and in combination, for you to improvise over the F dominant seventh chord. And you can do this on any dominant seventh chords, on any dominant seventh chord. Okay, so let's try blues scales. The F major scale, the F major, the F. I don't know why I keep saying F major. The F dominant seventh chord. Okay, or you can use the F minor blues scale, which is gonna be 1 flat 3, 4, 5 flat 7. 1 flat 3, 4, 5 flat 7. Okay, let's see. Maybe you can get some notes. You can use some notes from the F minor. I would say, okay, I'm using the terms blues scales and minor and pentatonic scale. To me they are interchangeable. Okay, So there's, that's why if I say blues scale, if I mean to say blues scale and I say pentatonic scale, that can happen as I'm talking to you. But I know you know the difference between pentatonic scale and the and blues scale. I think what I just told you earlier, it's about major pentatonic scale and minor pentatonic scale. That's specifically that's what I was trying to say. Now the blues scale, you're going to have you're going to add the that flat 5, sharp 4, flat 7, But okay, so um, the blues. Well, we're going to try to be the minor pentatonic. Okay, let's say okay. Let me make it. Let me make it legal. Let's try the minor pentatonic scale. Okay, which is 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7. Okay, 1, flat 3, 4, 5, and flat 7. Okay, and then the root. Okay, that's minor pentatonic scale. Okay, so F minor pentatonic scale. Pentatonic scale. Okay, 1, flat 3. Okay. You can use notes from that scale, or now we can play the blues scale. Okay, the blues scale. Okay, which is now we're going to use sharp 4, sharp 11, which is also flat 5. Okay, there you go. Okay, you can use notes from that scale to use to improvise over your F dominant 7 chord. Okay, so that's when you come across a dominant 7th chord, you can and you want to know how to improvise over it, how to treat it, how to handle it. You can do all those things I just told you. Okay, so if you watch the videos on the subject, I will post more videos about other chords, how to approach them. Okay, so from until then, take care and be safe.